Hi, friends, and greetings from my office. Dr. Melissa here, your friendly neighborhood anti-diet and body shame smashing East Asian medicine doc and skin expert, here with another episode of Makeup Free Monday, the show where I give you barefaced facts about skincare and wellness topics to help you live your best life and find your favorite self. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And if you've watched before, hello again, friend. It's good to see you. And I'd love it so much if you would like this video and share it with anyone you think might benefit from my holistic approach to skincare and wellness practices. First off, I want to apologize for taking so long between episodes. I've missed you all terribly, but I've had so much going on personally that I haven't been able to sit down and record an episode. So for my return to this series, I wanted to cover a topic that I haven't chatted much about this year, but it's so super important to our well-being: sleep. So in today's video, I'm going to give a brief overview of insomnia from a Chinese medicine point of view and offer you some simple suggestions that you might want to add to your routine. And of course, if you have any additional questions, feel free to put them in the chat or the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So let's roll those credits and get started.
Wake up, hydrate, don't worry about the makeup. Dr. Melissa's on your side. She's a cool doctor, gonna slay the old body shaming ways. You're gonna take care of yourself today. Everybody, love your body. She's my self-care doc. Everybody, love your body. She's my self-care doc.
Well, as you can probably imagine, there are so many natural ways to combat insomnia and help you sleep better. But today I'm just going to focus on a couple because we don't have all day to talk about this. As always, these are general recommendations and are for educational purposes only. Please consult with a licensed provider if you have any specific questions. So let's go ahead and start with a brief overview of insomnia. So insomnia takes many different forms, like difficulty falling asleep. It could be waking up a lot during the night or even waking up earlier than you desire. Now, if you get up in the morning and you're not feeling rested or you experience drowsiness during the day, then you're probably experiencing at least a little bit of insomnia. Now, in Western medicine, some of the factors that can cause insomnia include physical conditions like illnesses or pain, involuntary movement like snoring, which can cause discomfort in the body, psychological factors like anxiety or stress, and physiological factors like noise, uh, or pharmacological factors like alcohol or caffeine. Now, the Chinese look at it a little bit different. East Asian medicine is a great resource for everyone with sleep problems because we see sleep problems as being related to dysfunction of the heart, the spleen, the stomach, the liver, and the kidneys. Now, this isn't necessarily the physical organs that I'm talking about here that are dysfunctional in some way, but I'm speaking about the energetic of the organ. Now, if these organ energetics are in disharmony, they get stuck, and that can disturb the mind, which in turn leads to insomnia. Now, there are quite a few things that can be a root cause of this disharmony. One of them is irregular food intake that damages the spleen and stomach and can disturb the sleep. Another really common one is anxiety and overwork. This results in something called blood exhaustion, which makes the blood unable to nourish the body and the heart. So that makes insomnia follow it. And then there are some other instances related to congenital deficiencies or prolonged illnesses or even excessive sexual activity that can give rise to the failure of the essence, our body's essence transportation between our kidneys and our heart, which can also disturb the mind. Finally, emotional depression is another cause of the insomnia from a Chinese medicine perspective because it leads to liver qi stagnation, which you've probably heard me talk about a few times. I actually did a whole video on liver qi stagnation. I'll link it in the video description if you want to learn more about that. So liver qi stagnation, when it has been around for a while, it can transform into fire and cause insomnia. So, what can we do about it? Well, luckily, in East Asian medicine or Chinese medicine, there are some fantastic treatment strategies. Probably the most common one that people know about is the use of acupoints. Now, acupoints are specific points on the body, and you can stimulate them with simply your fingers, or if you go to an acupuncturist, they may use needles. Or if you come to someone like me, I use microcurrent and light therapy and sometimes essential oils on acupoints. Uh, all of those methods are great for treating the root causes of insomnia. Now, in addition to utilizing the acupoints on the body, there are some fantastic herbal formulas out there that can be used. Once again, we're looking at holistically treating the root cause of your insomnia rather than slapping a band-aid on it with a sleeping pill. Now, also depending on your presentation, your provider might offer some nutritional advice or other lifestyle suggestions. You might get some deep breathing exercises. You might get some digestion help. Uh, Now, once you start using East Asian medicine techniques, you will notice a greater general sense of well being and will hopefully get better sleeping patterns. Now, beyond the in office treatments, I have a few things that I want to go over that you can very, very easily do at home. And so let me go ahead and pull up this slide. There we go. So do this for better sleep. Now, let's go over what each one of these means. So, winding down before sleep. So, you'll want to try your very, very best to start that wind down process 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. I'm talking about plugging in your phone in a different room and putting it away. Stop checking your email. Stop watching TV. Stop doing work on your computer. The blue light can actually keep you awake. And this has been proven over and over again. So, watching TV all the way up until you go to sleep can actually be affecting the quality of sleep you get and the length of sleep you're able to get. Number two, you want to dim the lights, read and meditate. You might want to breathe deeply. You might take some time to look inside and reflect. If you are a prayer person, you may take some time to pray. This helps to signal to your body that it is relaxed time and it's time to let go of the day. While doing these mindful activities, these mindful relaxation activities, your pulse will slow and your heart rate will even out, and your body's function will begin to move to the rest position, also known as the yin phase in Chinese medicine. Another quick tip is to take a warm shower right before getting into bed. This will heat up your body. And if you take a shower about 10 minutes or so, this will get your body to a nice toasty temperature. And then when your body starts to cool down naturally, your body will understand that it is that yin time and that it's time to stop and rest. And finally, a really great tip is to lower your thermostat to about 70 degrees, maybe a little lower depending on where you live. But creating a cool environment will accommodate that transition to yin time as the yang or the daytime is receding. And as the sun goes down, the body wants to adjust to cooler temperatures. So we talked about the do's, so let's take a few minutes and talk about the don'ts. So, things that you might want to avoid in order to get better sleep. Now, eating late or having caffeine late. If your body's digesting food while you're trying to recharge, it can struggle with processing that food. And having things like caffeination, uh, it's not a great idea late in the evening. So it will wake you up when it wears off. I know it sounds counterintuitive because, caffeine usually wakes you up, but when the caffeine wears off in your system, it does actually wake you up also if you're in a sleeping. So the second one, you don't want to exercise aggressively in the evening because your muscles, they break down when you do resistance training and they start to rebuild and repair right away. You don't want this process to happen when you're laying down and trying to sleep. I highly recommend doing something like yoga or stretching or even a nice walk around the block. Uh, those are all really great ways to still do some joyful movement that won't affect your sleep. Now, number 3 is arguing around bedtime or going to bed angry. Ooh, this is a big one. So, with all the stress hormones going on in our body that can kick in and spike every time you get upset, this can really affect your sleep. So, I want you to think about, or I want to invite you to make a promise to whoever you have a disagreement with that let's quash this for the evening. And if we really need to talk something out, pick it up in the morning. And then finally, I sort of alluded to this a little bit earlier, but bringing your phone, bringing your computer to bed, not a good idea. Or bringing work to bed is also not a great idea. Thinking about what you need to do tomorrow with a project you're engaged in is going to stop you from letting go of today. So instead, I like to leave a little notebook next to my bed and I write down what I need to remember as it's all dumping out of my head as I get ready for bed, and then do my very best to let it go. Of course, I'm not perfect either, and uh, you don't need to strive for perfection. Just do your very best. So that's all that I have for you today, friends. Let me check the chat real quick and see if we have anything in there. Oh, my theme song makes you happy. It makes me happy too. It's like really one of my favorite things. Shout out to Gail at Sparkle Bard Studios. But no, it doesn't look like I have any questions. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I make videos about self-care and wellness, and I hope that you'll join me next week for my episode about allergies because they're picking up out there, and I know you're going to want to watch this one. So 4 p.m. next Monday, Makeup-Free Monday, Natural Allergy Solutions. Hope to see you there. Until then, take great care of yourself and take great care of each other, and don't forget to hydrate. Take a wonderful, wonderful day And I hope you are fabulous. Well, you are fabulous, but I hope that you feel fabulous. Take care. Be well.